Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Hey
yo, Conor, can you chill with all the pictures on the internet? Oh my god. I don't know, Paulie. I post what the fuck I want. I don't know what you're thinking. I just think you're upset because I knocked you down. Knockdown? It was a push. What the fuck you mean? You nuts? You trying to get credit for something you didn't do. Knockdown. I just like Adrian Broner trying to take credit for my side piece.
Easy work. It's some easy ass work, motherfucker. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest of boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, and the Patreon patrons. We working. Now, the link is in the description. I haven't really seen or heard anybody talking about this, but let Ego talk about it. Floyd Mayweather did a sit-down interview, an exclusive with ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. God, blasphemy, blah. You know, he'd be always over-exaggerating his words. Blasphemy. Like, damn, calm down, dog. Anyway, he did this sit down with Mayweather, obviously talking about the upcoming August 26th, and Mayweather had a lot to say. Again, link in the description if you want to check out the video. It's a video clip. And Mayweather, one thing I thought was interesting in the clip that I seen, I think they broke it up into multiple pieces, but Mayweather says he's fighting this fight for a cause, for a purpose. He goes on to say that they're like, in the build-up, I think the question was like, in the build-up, was there anything that you didn't like? And he was like, Mayweather responded, Conor McGregor, he called us monkeys. I didn't like that. I thought that was doing too much, but I'm cool, calm, and collected. I'm gonna stay patient. I'm gonna stay smart and stay strong. But now I'm fighting for a cause. He says this fight is for the Americans. It's for all the black people, and we gonna see if he calls us. He said something like, we're gonna see if I'm a monkey on August 26th. So I'm like, wow. And then Stephen A. Smith brought up Jerry Cooney fight, and Mayweather says it's just different eras. There's information at your fingertips, social media, and he calls it the Mayweather era. So he thinks it is different in terms of the race. But they said he was basically, Stephen A. Smith was comparing how that was a fight with Muhammad Ali. That was a fight between an American black fighter and an American white fighter, and people kind of label it as black and white. He says it's basically similar, but it's different because it's on a bigger scale, because people can interact a little bit more with social media, YouTube, and platforms like that. So very interesting stuff. He says basically he's gonna go for a knockout and be more aggressive. It can't be a defensive fight in this too. I thought that was interesting. Stephen A. Smith, I don't know if he like really truly lacks boxing knowledge, or if he's maybe playing devil's advocate as a reporter and just like stirring up the conversation. But he was asking some of the questions were a little bit weird to me. Like, he was like, why would you be aggressive? But for me, from knowing boxing, I feel like the reason he'd be aggressive for a Conor McGregor fight, it's the same reason he's aggressive with most southpaws, because a lot of people struggle with southpaws that are orthodox fighters only, not like Terrence Crawford who can switch to southpaw, but orthodox fighters, sometimes they struggle. And guys who have youth, speed, size, anything like that, you don't ever want to give them confidence as a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd, if you watch historically, he's fought southpaws mad aggressive. Like, people said he was scared of Pacquiao, and he looked way taller than Pacquiao and stuff. But anyway, when he fought him, he immediately, round one, go watch it, he came out and he was landing some significant rights, like bow, and just bombed on Pacquiao. And that's what you need to do. You know what I mean? You don't want to get a guy who is you don't want to give a guy like Conor McGregor, who does have confidence, whether he's boxed his life or not. He has confidence as a human, as a fighter. He knows he's still a fighter. People get that twisted. People think, oh, Conor's. People say the same stupid shit. Conor's 0-0. He's 0-0, man. His boxing record 0-0. Like, we get it. He's 0-0. But he's still a fighter. And like Floyd was saying in this interview, he's still, on paper, he has a lot of advantages. Youth. He has the size. He's clearly the bigger person. Things like that. So, I mean, whether you think I don't think Conor will beat Floyd. No, I'm not saying that. But I agree, there on paper, you got to admit, I mean, you have to understand that Conor is still a fighter. and he's been practicing boxing for a year. I mean, obviously, is that enough to beat someone who's regarded as possibly TBE? You know what I mean? Probably not. I don't know. We'd have to see it. But at the end of the day, he's still a fighter. It's not like Floyd just picked a janitor who was the A side and like, I want you. We fight next. Like, that's not what happened. He made a name in the MMA and the UFC, doing his thing, doing million-plus pay-per-views. He was talking shit about Floyd. The media pitted against each other, and they were going back and forth, and it was always doing a million-plus on TMZ when they were getting a Conor McGregor response, and Mayweather's like, I'm an elephant here, and there's, you know what I mean, those videos were all going viral, so they seized the opportunity. It's really simple mathematics if you think about it, and I really don't think there's any combatant out there who has the chance to make what Conor or Floyd is going to make and is going to refuse it, you know, because at the end of the day, there's people in boxing that keep to boxer versus boxer who make far less salaries, and the fight is tough. Like Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, they got, like, let's say Ward, the first fight got 5-6 million, whatever, you know what I mean, and Kovalev got 1 to 3 million. So that's a high risk per division, per who they were up against. That's a high risk boxer versus boxer. Yet Conor McGregor is going to fight Floyd and probably going to make at least $75 million. Floyd going to make 150 to 300 mil. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the success of the event. So it is really no secret sauce. This is very easy. It's very practical business. If you understand business, you'll understand why this fight's happening, whether you like it or not. Point blank, period. And Floyd kind of talked about that in the interview. He says there's only 2 big names in the sport, and there's a demand for it. He says me and Conor McGregor, and that is absolutely true. Conor McGregor, I'm not even saying it like, because I know a lot of you people on the internet, oh, you try to justify. I'm just telling you what it is and what I see. You know what I mean? But Conor McGregor makes noise. His pay-per-view show you that. Since Chad Mendes, he's been doing like $1 million plus on the UFC side. There's no other UFC fighter who's fighting on pay-per-view and getting like 1.4, 1.6 million consecutive times. You know what I mean? Conor's also the highest paid in the UFC, and people say he gets special privileges. You don't get those special privileges. You know what I mean? Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, great fighter, but he's not getting special privileges because he's not for the business. I'm not saying this is right, but this is a reality in the world we live in. You know what I mean? Business, if it makes business sense, it makes sense. And Demetrius Johnson, no matter how many title events, he could pass Ederson Silva record, but he doesn't generate the live gate and the revenue and the interest and the charisma that Conor McGregor does. Therefore, he doesn't really get the same privileges. You know what I mean? Dana White was trying to make Johnson move up in weight, fight TJ or Dillashaw or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Conor, he could take time. Oh, my girlfriend's pregnant. I'm going to take time off. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? So he has a lot more freedom. That's just how business runs with the A side. And I really feel like there's guys like Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. They had a great platform in March. And this is my honest opinion. I like both fighters, but they had a great platform in March to make an epic fight. Kind of like Sean Porter versus Thurman. And I think the fight fell short of expectations. To me, at least. From what I was like, oh shit. Because when Danny Garcia had that Philly fight and Keith Thurman was there, and then they started screaming at each other, and I was watching the build-ups, the little PBC joints, and then Thurman was swinging wildly and say, this is Danny Garcia's no look hook. I was like, man, so I expected a crazy ass fight, and the fight was kind of mild, kind of tame. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman did his thing. He did what he felt he had to do to win. But that's what these fighters have to understand, is sometimes you have these big platforms, you have to, especially when you have the skill to do it. I understand. I'm not saying if you have no power, then try to knock somebody out and in turn get knocked out. I'm not saying that, but guys like Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia both have power. So I think they could have made different adjustments, and then they could have possibly lured Floyd out if they got their profile big enough to the point where he's going to make all his money. Conor McGregor did that. You know what I mean? But as far as this monkey shit, dance for me, boy, and he called us monkeys. We'll see. You know what I mean? Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia, they had that little Donkey Kong, and then Broner, he didn't really do anything in the fight. I mean, he tried, but he wasn't successful. He clearly lost the fight, that type of thing. So we'll see what Floyd does. all I know is race sells in the sport of boxing and in politics, in the world in general. Race sells. Conor McGregor, clean cut, bearded Irishman. Floyd being an African American guy that went to the Olympics, they're both outspoken. Race sells. I guarantee you on this video alone, I'm gonna get solid ratings, solid viewership on this video, because you see the title and I'm just merely talking about what Floyd was saying and giving my spin on it. But I guarantee you it'll get solid views, you know what I mean? Because like I said, race sells, and we'll see. But Floyd, according to him, he didn't like that monkey stuff. I know some people think Floyd is a coon for little things, all lives matter and blue lives matter and stuff like that. You just drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm just giving you my take on it. Let me know what you guys think. August 26th, very soon, a couple weeks out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.